What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Let's go walk some graves, shall we? Oh, he's gonna open the door. Neat. Can't be bothered to walk. Let's just go, shall we?
Everything's calm. Looks like the candles worked.
I see some of my colleagues have begun the renewal of the vows.
This is the outfit we settled on, right?
Dragon, and I missed it. You couldn't drag me to that, living or otherwise.
This is not the armor we decided on. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. That's much better. Well, you can't see it. Yeah. Yes. Oh, why do I have a canister in the... It's fine. I'm okay with it. That doesn't bug me. It's fine. Alright, show me the peaceful side, shall we? Ooh. We get to learn more about him. And that girl that was gonna try to kill him. Because that was a thing that was about him.
Thank you again for coming. My duties include tending to these rites of remembrance. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead, commissioned 173 years ago. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
Still getting a lot of gloom. This is creepy. Jeez. Solid lesson.
No one's going to seize the day for you.
Just so. That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
Tja. Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
Why bother? It'd only be right. Oh yeah, it'd only be right if you're gonna have a display.
Seems disrespectful to abandon something you built.
Precisely. No wonder there's been an uptick in hauntings.
Wait, what?
Let's continue.
All right, all right.
So, what now?
We light candles in remembrance of the dead.
So like a Day of the Dead thing.
Would you care to light the candle, Rook?
I mean, I can't just ignite things. I'm not Tash. Oh, I'm
Look at this.
just as powerful as
the
Tash.
last tomb of the Tannhausens, a very influential family in the Storm Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
Where are we reading that from?
Posthumous motto. Their last heir met his match against a Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon. Surprised there was enough to bury.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
So, the necropolis actually shuffles its rooms around.
We know this,
From time
Rook.
to time. Very unlikely to happen while we're inside a chamber. Could you light the next candle?
Very unlikely. Love that. Oh, no, the candle's over here. Got distracted by the ore.
Aha! One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
You know your plants?
Ah, alchemy is my hobby. It's a break from teaching spirit calling and theoretical applied metaphysics.
Right. Just on the side.
This way, Rook.
You were right about the gardens being peaceful.
The necropolis has its dangers, but these places are a refuge for the dead.
How many people are buried here anyway?
Excellent question. We rarely should take a new census.
I'm enjoying myself
You
here.
need to light these candles as well.
Now I feel like you're just having me do all the work.
Open your hearts to the final day, companion of all the ages. I was pleasantly surprised by your respect for our undead tableau earlier, Rook. I'm beginning to think people outside Navarra find the necropolis a little unnerving.
Lords of Fortune have an eye for craftsmanship.
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles. Follow me.
I want to point out that we just had a reaction to dialogue that didn't have a pop-up saying, because you reacted this way, he responded this way. So the game is capable of not doing that. Second, why on earth did we answer, oh, the Lords of Fortune? That was ripe for a dialogue option where we get to choose something to roleplay. But it's like, I believe that some people are creeped out about this type of thing. Well, I'm a Lord of Fortune, which... We haven't hung out with the Lords of Fortune all that much yet. We didn't play an Origin with them, so... What is it trying to teach? It doesn't feel that strong.
Look here.
Hey is the most Rook thing that Rook could say. That's irrational, Rook, so your department.
This one's all yours, Emmrich.
Certainly. We're also enjoying the gardens, but we've one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
Oh.
Oh.
Thanks,
A
Rook.
collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
Lucky you turned out a mage. Oh, to take him in there. Oh, Saberforce, take that image of Rook right there, that unhappy face. I want to use that for something. Just screenshot that and put that around. Let's apologize for the parents. We always want to apologize for the Bruce Wayne murder.
Belated condolences, if that's worth anything.
Always. We move on, as we must, but those long nights linger about the shadows.
How did you deal with it?
I didn't. When I first arrived here, I was terrified.
And you still joined the Watchers?
They're what saved me. Come, the next set of graves lies ahead.
I'm really enjoying this. I know I'm being pedantic about the dialogue, as I often do with this game. But the overall vibe, the fact that... there's nothing wrong with Emmrich.
Candles, if you would. There's much to recommend about the rhythm of a ceremony. It eases our worst hours. As a boy, the Watcher's rituals were exactly what I needed to steady my days with purpose.
And some death magic?
Well, every young mage needs a speciality. All this pageantry, this magnificent gloom and its rites. I ask you, Rook, what is it for?
It's gotta be the living, right?
Yes, exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before.
Well, don't mind that I'm picking up things around your little garden then. I guess you said it's for the living.
We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
You told Harding that Manfred used to be a wisp until you gave him a body.
Yes, he's taken so well to it. Haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles you'll need to light. Once you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell.
Oh, I have to do this myself? Oh, Emmrich can do it. Are you gonna walk away? Okay. You're gonna walk right to it now.
Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed. We honor the listening spirits.
Are these his parents?
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good watcher, faith kept in all our hearts.
What was...
The necropolis hosts many spirits. We thank these guardians for their protection and friendship. We'll need to ring the bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
At least he's doing his part.
So you were really afraid of this place as a child?
It wasn't the necropolis itself, but what was draped around it. Have you ever been frightened by the thought of dying, Rook?
Of course, like most people, I don't think about it. This is too heavy for me. This is a dialogue option that you wouldn't have seen in games in years past. There's nothing wrong with this. This is good conversation, good role-playing opportunities. Our Rook wouldn't have thought about it.
I try not to think much about the big end.
It wasn't a choice for me when I was younger. That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead of night, sunlit streets, a raw, strangling fear struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet, it lingered. Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough. There are struggles, but a watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of host would I be if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
Oh, I want to know more. Oh, no, not in a graveyard. That makes total sense. Anything for Manfred? No, let's be generous. He's our host.
That sounds great. Thanks.
Would you mind letting Manfred pour? He does so love seeing the steam rise from the cups.
It's a nice little moment. I think there's some structural problems with, as with everything in this game. Rises now the evening star, counterweight to hail desire. Feel the old years clutching toll. Mark the banking of the fire. Okay. But the problems aren't so much. There's a bit of it with the writing.
Emmrich, can a spirit possess an inanimate object?
Oh man.
Certainly, if drawn to it for a reason.
Can a person possess an inanimate object?
A person isn't a spirit. The souls of people are infinitely more inscrutable.
Watcher's duty. It's little known outside Navarra that while the term Mortalitasi has come to refer to every necromancer from our kingdom, we join different circles and orders within it. The Morn Watch alone have the privilege of overseeing the Grand Acropolis. We would fight from beyond death itself to fulfill our obligations to the funeral dead. Which is why it was so appalling when they've asked, so what really goes on here all day? The internment and preservation of an entire kingdom's dead is a monumental undertaking. Surely she doesn't believe we addle away the hours. Perhaps Neve imagines something more sinister. I've noticed our investigator from Teventer stares longest into the shadows. That's what Batman would do. I got Batman on the brain. I apologize.
So someone can't die inside a cursed suit of armor that traps their soul?
The convolutions for that to happen would... Why do you ask?
So I'm reading this story.
Oh dear.
Lifeless candle hop. Nice. Okay, this is supposed to be like a false wall. Which is odd that it's there. But there was a bell toll. Ling thing. Like, this area is huge. This is a... It's freaking ginormous. Okay, let's keep looking on the side rooms here. Because there should be... more chest stuff around here, right? They don't like you exploring when you're on main quests, but they like you exploring when you've got other things to do.
Right, on him.
Ooh, chastened effigy. Chastened? The Morn Watch once sheltered an exiled chastened shaman woman whom Templars accused of being possessed. He gifted necromancers with this treasure on behalf of the unseen companion. Okay. Chastened, I believe, with I can't remember who the Chastened were. They were neat, though.
This doesn't look like wine.
Oh, Brave Mist isn't a wine. It's magically infused vapors, captured near tombs where spirits dwell. I don't partake myself, but it's supposedly quite invigorating.
Huh. Neat. So, essentially, a spirit drink. Oh. I'll use my same candle lighting power. Hi there. Don't mind me as I stick all your stuff. And that's it. Bye. Definitely don't feel like I'm honoring the dead when I'm just opening up stuff and just scrounging around for everything. Ooh.
Wonder what this is about.
It's a meditative puzzle on the echoes of our actions.
You know the solution?
It needs to be discovered if it's to have any meaning.
Haha!
All right.
I kind of like that. I like that since he lives here, he understands how that works together. Frost blown, dark before the dawn, sightless gulf of endless sleep. No sound murmurs through the mind, nothing turns within the sleep. Okay, so this is when you can't sleep and it's all darkness. Okay.
Straight away.
That's one. And there's 4 of them. I don't think this is a puzzle. I think this is just going places. Fire on the sands above. Stirs the breath and paints the sky. Insects flock in golden vaults. Shepherds wake in red hawk sky. That's the morning.
Allow me.
Yeah, this is follow the wisp. Not much of a puzzle. But let's see if we can glean any meaning from it. Laughing youth in noonday shade. Clasp the harvest hand in hand. Find the shrouded lover's kiss. Pluck the lily from the land. Okay.
Of course.
Still daytime. Saying that this has a solution, though, is a little on the nose, isn't it? Rises now the evening star, counterweight to the hail desire. Feel the old years clutching toll, mark the banking of the fire. It's not about day, it's about life. This is a cycle of life. Mark the banking of the fire. As you get older, and your desire starts to go against it, and you start to feel it in your bones.
Certainly.
Don't want to read this next one because it's going to be like, hey, you're going to die, friendo. Death's new bounty blooms awake, wrapped in silken morning sighs. Golden is your newfound birth, flame eternal in your eyes. Life after death.
I can assist.
Ah, that opened up something.
Not much of a deep, insightful meditation on anything. But we got Precious Decay, which is nothing that we want. But we got an organ jar. Worked out for those guys in the Mummy. From the Navaran who wants to take it all with them, a jar for storing the heart, stomach, brain, or any other cherished tissues. Yeah, I ain't taking that with you. Better death mask. That's good. Wait, did we not get that treasure? Hang on, I'm confused. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe if we go down this way, something will happen? Oh, this just goes back into this store area. Which is not, this is different than the other area that I wanted to get into. Grab that. Here.
Right away.
On beetles. Saw some insect symbols down in the necropolis. Asked the necromancer. He says they honor the work of the humblest creatures in our funerary rites. Turns out a long time ago, some Navaran found a kind of beetle that eats your flesh when you're dead, only leaves a skeleton. That's still messed up, but without skin is better than with skin. Emmrich also said the Watchers have bred some fascinating variations over the years. Those beetles better stay in the necropolis. We've got enough weird crap in Ravane. Someone's seen the Mummy. the first thought I think of is that one guy that gets it in his brain and he just runs and dies. Okay, but what did this do? Oh, that just gave me a wisp. They gave me a wisp. You need a wisp. No, you had a wisp. Wait. Who else needs a wisp? Who else needs a wisp? You don't. Because you're not a real door. You did? Except you don't. Because I already got in here. And pilfered this man's grave. Open that. Get a little bit of gold. Oh, probably right there.
At once.
I would imagine. Someplace down here? Yeah, alright. Miniature tree. Something for Tash, so who cares?
Ah, this one keeps its memories yet.
So many rooms. What's following? What are you? Stay away! They're gone. How's this safe?
So, did he die? He got killed in a home invasion? Alright. It's fine. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to glean from that. Other than it's just a random story from a guy with the dead. I don't get this. I really don't understand what's going on here. This place is just the worst sometimes. Like, I've explored everywhere in here. I'm missing 5 chests, but I've only got access to 3. I guess I just don't know where I'm supposed to go. Alright, it doesn't matter. Because we are going next to Tash.
Farewell for now.